in the quiet hills of ancient Japan. Two Zen monks, Tanzen and Aikido, were on a pilgrimage. Their journey was long, their path winding through forests and over streams, a walking meditation in the pursuit of enlightenment. One day, as they approached a muddy river crossing, they saw a young woman in a beautiful silk kimono. She stood, hesitating, distressed, unwilling to soil her fine clothes in the murky water. Without a word, Tanzen, the elder monk, walked over to her. He smiled gently, lifted her into his arms, carried her across the swirling river, and set her down safely on the other side. The woman, surprised but grateful, bowed her head and went on her way without a word. Aikido, the younger monk, was aghast. He watched the scene unfold, his mind buzzing with disapproval. Monks were forbidden to touch women, let alone a beautiful young one. It was a serious breach of their monastic vows. He couldn't believe what he had just witnessed from his senior, a man he was supposed to look up to. The two monks continued their journey, but while their feet moved forward, Aikido's mind was stuck back at the river. He walked in silence, his brow furrowed, his thoughts a storm of judgment and confusion. How could Tanzen be so careless, so undisciplined? Didn't he care about the rules? Didn't he understand the implications? For hours, Aikido stewed in his own resentment. The beautiful scenery, the chirping birds, the gentle breeze, all of it was lost on him. He replayed the incident over and over, each time feeling a fresh wave of indignation. The silence between them grew heavy, thick with Aikido's unspoken criticism. He imagined confronting Tanzen, demanding an explanation, but the words wouldn't come. He just walked, carrying the heavy weight of his anger. The sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across their path. They had walked for miles since the river crossing. Finally, as they neared the temple where they would spend the night, Aikido could bear it no longer. His frustration boiled over. He stopped, turned to Tanzen, and burst out, "We monks are not supposed to go near women, especially not young and lovely ones. It is dangerous. Why did you do that? You broke our vows." His voice was sharp, filled with the pent-up judgment he had carried all afternoon. Tanzen stopped and looked at his young companion. His face was calm, his eyes held a gentle, knowing sparkle. There was no defensiveness, no anger, only a quiet understanding. He listened patiently until Aikido had finished his outburst. Then, with a soft, almost amused tone, Tanzen replied, "I left the woman there by the river hours ago. Are you still carrying her?" Aikido stood frozen, the words hitting him with the force of a physical blow. In that single moment, he understood. Tanzen had performed an act of simple, selfless compassion. He saw a person in need and helped them, without a second thought. Once the act was complete, he let it go, his mind as clear and unburdened as the sky above. It was Aikido who had been carrying the woman, not in his arms, but in his mind. He had been carrying the weight of his judgment, his resentment, and his rigid adherence to rules over compassion. For hours, he had allowed this mental baggage to poison his peace, to rob him of the present moment. He was the one truly breaking his vows, the vow to maintain a clear and tranquil mind. How often do we do this in our own lives? How often do we carry burdens that are not ours to hold? We carry the weight of a past mistake, replaying it endlessly. We carry the anger from an argument long after it's over. We carry the sting of a thoughtless comment someone made, letting it fester inside us. We carry guilt, regret, and resentment, like heavy stones in our pockets, weighing us down with every step we take. Like Aikido, we think we are right to feel this way. We believe our anger is justified, our grudges are earned. We cling to these negative emotions, thinking they somehow protect us or validate our experience, but in reality, they only hold us prisoner. The person who wronged you has likely moved on, just as the woman by the river went on her way. You are the one left carrying the heavy load, The story of Tanzen and Aikido isn't just about monks and vows. It's a profound lesson for all of us. It teaches us the art of letting go. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or condoning. It doesn't mean you have to pretend the hurt never happened. It simply means you make a conscious choice to put down the burden. Tanzen's actions were a living embodiment of Zen. He was fully present in the moment. He saw a need, and he met it. Then he moved on to the next moment, his mind free and unattached. He didn't let the rules blind him to the reality of the situation. Fellow human being needed help. His compassion was more important than his code. Aikido, on the other hand, was trapped in his head. He was so focused on the rules, on the shoulds and should-nots, that he missed the simple humanity of the moment. He created a story in his mind, and then suffered because of that story. He wasn't reacting to what happened. He was reacting to his thoughts about what happened. This is what we do when we overthink. We take a simple event, and we wrap it in layers of judgment, assumption, and fear. We turn a river crossing into a moral crisis. We carry that crisis with us for miles, for days, sometimes for years. So, ask yourself, what are you still carrying? What woman by the river is weighing on your mind right now? Is it a regret from last week? An old grudge against a friend or family member? Is it a story you keep telling yourself about your own perceived failures? Imagine yourself as Tanzen. Acknowledge the event. See it for what it was. And then, consciously, mentally, set it down on the riverbank. Leave it there. Feel the lightness as you walk away. Feel the freedom of an unburdened mind. The power to let go is within you right now. It is a choice. You can choose to be Aikido, walking 4 miles under the weight of a heavy mind. Or you can choose to be Tanzen, who understands that true peace comes not from controlling the world around us, but from mastering the world within us. Letting go is a practice. It might not be easy at first. Your mind will want to go back and pick up the burden again. But each time you notice yourself carrying it, gently remind yourself of Tanzen's question. Are you still carrying her? And with each reminder, you can choose, once again, to set it down. True freedom isn't about having a life with no problems. It's about learning not to carry those problems with you long after they're gone. It's about learning to walk your path with a light heart and a clear mind. I left the woman by the river. Are you still carrying her? Thank you for joining me on this journey into the heart of Zen wisdom. If this story resonated with you, let it be a reminder. The next time you find yourself burdened by the past, remember the 2 monks. Remember to put it down. Please like, subscribe, and share this message with anyone who might need to hear it. Walk lightly.